And I am on the air. Welcome back. I'm going to make a quick little reaction. I just watched the sixth episode of The Mandalorian, and we'll kind of give a little outline and maybe share some of my thoughts. The show starts. Mandalorian is still traveling, and he gets contacted by an old acquaintance who has some work for him. So he goes to meet with this person, and what they want him to do is be part of a team, and that team is supposed to break into a prison ship, and they're going to break someone out of that prison ship. Most of the team, the Mandalorian seems to have some history with. A couple of them he does not. So they set out on this this trip to get there. There's a little tension in the ship. They use the Mandalorian ship, and that's the main reason they contacted him, because his older ship is not on the radar. So the Republic doesn't have any record of his ship. So anyway, they do that. They arrive, and they're able to sneak up next to the prison ship and board. There's a little more tension with the rest of the team of the Mandalorian. A lot of action in this episode. The ship is supposed to be manned entirely by droids, but as we learn, there is I think he's a pilot. They don't really make that clear, but that's what it seemed to me. And so they were not expecting him. Anyway, a lot of action, a lot of shootouts, a lot of destroyed droids. And then they get to I think it's the control center. There's a little standoff there. And anyway, they overpower the person in the command center, and he's got a tracker that before he's knocked unconscious, he presses the button, and that's supposed to bring a rebel ship, not a rebel ship, a Republic ship. And so they have about 20 minutes before that ship arrives. So they have to get the guy out of the cell, off the prison ship, and out of the area. When they get to the cell, they get the cell open. They get the guy out, and they throw the Mandalorian in the cell and lock him in and leave him there. I'm not sure if that was something they had planned all along, or that just kind of happened because of the animosity that was exchanged as they made their way to the prison ship. So anyway, they're on their way out, and the Mandalorian, he has to find a way out, and a droid passes by, and he was able to using his grappling cable, grab that droid, drag him up to the door. He rips his arm off, and then shoots the droid in the head and disables him. And he uses the arm to unlock the door in the cell. He gets back to the command center. He shuts down the ship, and the team is stuck in a hallway between two blast doors that the Mandalorian has closed. I'm not going to go through this entire battle, but anyway, at the at the end of if whatever happens on that prison ship, the Mandalorian re-enters his ship alone, and the droid is up there. Now, the communications to the droid was cut off as soon as the Mandalorian shut down the prison ship. And the droid has found the little Yoda creature, baby Yoda, little Yoda creature. I like that better, actually. Anyway, move on. 50 years old. I think he's a little Yoda creature. He's found out who or what that Yoda creature represents. He's able to find out what had happened by some recordings that were little holograms or hollow tapes. I don't know what you would call those. Hollow messages. So he's pieced together what has happened, and that there's a big reward for the Yoda creature. So he's trying to get the Yoda creature. The Yoda is hiding. Apparently, he understands that he's in danger, and he's decided he's not going to interact with the droid, and he's trying to hide away. So the droid finds the Yoda creature, and he's about to shoot him. He's got him in his sights, and you hear the sound of the blaster, and Yoda's got his hand up like he's going to do something, whether he was going to levitate him or do something like that. It seemed like he was about to do something, but then we see that the blaster was not the droid's blaster. It was the Mandalorian's blaster, and the droid is destroyed. And when the droid falls down, Yoda's looking at his hand. He looks surprised, like, I didn't do that. And then he sees the Mandalorian. That's the end of the episode. They kind of go off into the sunset. Well, no, that's not the end, because he goes back to claim the bounty. And so he walks off the ship, and he's the only one there. And he says, I did the job. He says, where's everybody else? He told him, well, it was no questions asked. Remember, that was the deal. He says, yes, that was the deal. So he paid him. And then the Mandalorian gets on his ship, and he's on his way out. And the man who his old acquaintance had, hired him for this job, told his crew to kill him. So they jump in a gunship, and they're getting ready to take off and go after him. And he finds the tracking device. The Mandalorian left it on the space station. So as he's going out, the Republic X-Wings fighter unit is coming in, and they start firing on the ship, and destroys the gunship, and apparently everybody on the flight deck, which would include his acquaintance that had hired him and then told his crew to kill him. And that's the end of the episode. As I said before, a lot of action in this episode. I really enjoyed this one. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I like this one much better than the previous episode. And I hope they just keep getting better and better. I don't really begrudge a slow episode now and then. I guess you can't, have the best every single time, but this one was a good one. I've yet to give it 5 stars. I don't know if I will or not, but this was a solid 4. And I like this episode. As you can tell, I've gone just about 10 minutes with this one, which is twice the length of the last one. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my reaction. Those are my thoughts. I think if you watch this episode, I I imagine you're probably going to enjoy it. I sure did. And we'll see you next time. Till then, take care.